Welcome back to our show, your show, Let's Talk Stocks. In studio with us today is the man of the moment, certainly in Jamaican financial circles, Mr. Kadeen Mairs. And, we're so honored to be able to get 5 minutes out of his time. Welcome to the show, Kadeen.
Thanks for having me, man. How you doing?
Man. I'm very good. Very honored to have you on the show this morning.
I'm honored as well, trust me.
You represent a new generation of entrepreneurs in Jamaica. How does that feel?
I mean, it's an honor, and I'm always humbled by it, and it's a very good feeling when you're in a position that you can inspire other entrepreneurs to say, look, if he can do it, I can do it, and that's the greatest reward for me, actually.
Great. Kadeen, we've seen the listing of Dollar. I mean, we've seen other companies listed before, but the takeoff for your company has been phenomenal, and we always been encouraging people to list. What has it been like for you having the company Dollar Financial Services since its listing?
I mean, it's been a journey. Growing a business is always tough. You need capital to grow. Yes. Before we listed, we went to the private market to do a private placement, right. And it was a struggle to raise $200 million then. Wow. But we got it done, and that really gave us a push in terms of our revenues to get the numbers that we needed to get a valuation that we really wanted to raise the capital, in the public market. We actually listed the bond. We did a bond raise for $1 billion, and then we decided that we wanted to upsize it. Today is actually our listing ceremony, and we successfully listed our bond on the private market, and that bond was for $1.17 billion. So it's been a very intense, I'd say, 24 months of just growth and strategy, and continuously raising capital to grow the business.
I like that you said continuously raising capital, because yes, today you have actually listed the bond, and as you said that you raised $1.1 billion.
Correct.
It's after struggling to raise $200 million.
So it just shows how growth works.
But prior to that, Kadeen, you would have raised more funds even after the listing.
Correct. I mean, we after the listing, we actually got additional funding. I think we got an additional $100,000 from shareholders to continue to pump the loan book growth. Right. Yeah, while we were still trying to do our bond rates at the same time.
Right. And so we're talking about a company in the microcredit sector. Oh, by the way, I see that you're now approved by the Bank of Jamaica.
It's been a good couple of weeks. The Bank of Jamaica, the act was recently passed. I think it was last year, the Microfinance Act, or the Microcredit Act rather. Right. And basically all participants, all microfinance institutions were given a deadline, I think up until June this year, to get their affairs in order and apply for the money lending license. We applied around January. The process, it was the due diligence process by the central bank was very intense. And we weathered it, and we delivered on what they wanted us to. Yes. And we managed to get the license. I think we officially got the license on the 24th of November, 2022. So, that was just, one of the milestones that we needed to accomplish before the year end. We closed the IPO, we closed the bond, and now we have our money lending license, and we're looking at, just as CBX is in other Caribbean countries, we want to be like CBX.
But that's going to be very easy for you. You pretty much just conquered the Jamaican landscape in almost one go. Talk to us about your numbers, Kadeen, because your profit and revenue numbers have grown significantly since listing.
Yeah, I mean, last year this time, I think say third quarter last year, our net profit I think was about 70 million thereabout. Our net profit this year is 200 million.
Wow.
So, you know, it's tremendous exponential growth.
Yes.
You know, our loan book last year was probably 400 million. Our loan book this year, it's over $1 billion,
Wow.
you know, in loan receivables or the actual loan book. So, you know, access to capital is the backbone of any economy. And once entrepreneurs just like myself were able to tap whether it's a private or public market to get capital, you know, everything just falls in line after that.
It's been a cry for entrepreneurs locally, and Jamaica is not short of entrepreneurial spirit, or people are known for that. But it's been a cry of many medium, small businesses, access to capital. But what you've done, you've been able to show that if you're properly organized, you have the level of transparency, and you're in the formal sector, that is not impossible.
No, it's not. And I mean, the biggest challenge for entrepreneurs, I think, is to let go of that sense of control, you know, and understanding that a part of a business structure includes, you know, corporate governance, you know, building out your proper management team, you know, building out your strategy. And that's kind of like what we focused on. I mean, today the success is showing, but I mean, I'm 33 now, and I've been trying to get to this point for the last 10 years, right?
Oh.
So there's a lot of work that was happening in the background, a lot of growth, a lot of failures to get to this point. But once entrepreneurs are willing to do what it takes, I mean, simple things like I think it starts for an entrepreneur is getting your audited financials, having your audited financials on time. I think we're probably one of few companies on the stock exchange where I'd say by the within 20 days of each quarter, our financials is actually first on the stock exchange to be delivered, and we take pride in that, right? And we also will do our earnings calls where we create full transparency for our investors so that they can ask any question that they want about growth or strategy or our financials. So that's very important to us.
And you know, we said it at the start of the show. We say you are the man of the moment. You're the ideal when we're looking at young entrepreneurs. I mean, transformational.
Yeah.
But some of the things you're now saying, getting your audited financials out, being transparent, getting there before even some of the long-standing companies. It sounds foreign to when you're talking to many people in the micro sector.
Yeah, I mean it's a mindset. It's like is it Parkinson's law that states a man will basically do a task in the time that he's given. So if you give a man 10 days to build a house, he'll build it within 10 days. But if you gave him 5 days, he would have done the same job. So what we've done is we've created our own standards. Our ideal standard is to always set high expectations and deliver on those expectations. So it's just like when we're doing the bond. I mean, we could have done the bond for $500 million, but we said we wanted to go for $1 billion. Yes. They say if you shoot for the moon, or you shoot for the stars, you fall on the moon. Yeah. Yeah, you know, so that's kind of like entrepreneurs have to develop a philosophy that they will live by, and they operate within that philosophy in their personal lives and also in their business.
Very inspirational, I must admit, Kadeen. What's next for you? What's next for Dollar?
I mean, Dollar will continue to grow in Jamaica. I mean, the services that we're offering, we just launched a new asset-based lending solution. We want to continue to expand that brand. We see ourselves as a regional company, and we're talking about LAC, Latin America and the Caribbean. We started off with Guyana, so we have a profitable lending business in Guyana that's helping entrepreneurs there. We spent a lot of time in Turks and Caicos, in the Bahamas, other Caribbean countries that we're looking to continue to expand, right, so that we can actually offer our services, create that brand awareness, and also inspire other entrepreneurs in these regions as well?
I'm not licensed to give investment advice, but I think investors should pay attention to the stock called dollar. You're doing great things, you're going great places, and as we said, we're very honored to have had you on the program. As we wrap, any bit of advice you want to leave with young entrepreneurs out there looking on and saying, how can I get there?
I mean, I'll leave a quote that I heard from Earl Nightingale. He says, it's easy to build a chicken coop than a skyscraper.
Okay.
But you should build slowly and build well, so when you earn it, you will keep it.
Great point on which to end. Kadeen, thank you very much for coming on the show. It's one of the more, as I said, inspirational interviews we've had, and certainly I believe Dollar Financial and the team is going to transform the business landscape. As we say here on Let's Talk Stocks, we give you the information to make better financial decisions. You heard it from the man himself, Mr. Kadeen Mairs of Dollar Financial Services. Exactly how you should do it. Come back with us tomorrow morning at 9 when we'll have another interesting and informative interview lined up for you.